The smartest people I know are also some of the most financially fragile, and most of them have no idea why. I'm Papa Charlie. School's in session. The education system in the United States was designed back in the 1930s. It was designed to teach people how to get good jobs and become great income earners. What it didn't teach is how to build assets. When I was younger, there was a class in every high school called Home Economics. Now, that class was primarily for young ladies because back then, quite a few women were stay at home moms. That class taught things like how to mend your own clothing, how to cook a meal, and how to budget your household income. Those classes are gone, and they haven't been replaced. Every era changes the rules, and those rules bring new challenges. Unfortunately, our education system has not caught up. High income feels like security. It feels like freedom. It feels like you've arrived. But feeling rich and building wealth are two completely different things. Because here's what actually happens: income goes up and lifestyle follows. Nicer car, bigger house, better vacations. Nothing wrong with any of that until the income stops. Then you realize you weren't building wealth, you were financing a lifestyle. There's a term for this. It's called lifestyle creep. And it doesn't just happen to careless people, it happens to successful ones because every raise feels earned, every upgrade feels deserved. And it is. But if every dollar you earn goes right back out the door, you're not getting ahead, you're running in place. Here's the question nobody wants to think about: who actually controls your income? I'm not asking who signs your paycheck. I'm saying who controls whether it continues or not. Because layoffs don't just happen to bad employees. Downsizing doesn't target the underperformers. Entire industries collapse, companies fold, licenses get pulled. It happens to the best of us. So let me ask you directly: how long could you continue your current lifestyle without a paycheck? 30 days? 90? 6 months? If that question makes you uncomfortable, good. That's the point. Here's what you never learned in school: your assets determine your income, not your salary. A salary has a ceiling. Your hours are finite. Your energy is finite. But assets don't clock out. And here's the uncomfortable truth: if you rely entirely on a paycheck to fund your lifestyle, you are the asset, and assets depreciate. Now let's talk about the most expensive assumption smart people make. I've got a guy, a financial advisor, a wealth manager, a 401k administrator, someone who's handling things for me. And here's the thing: your advisor may be perfectly competent. That's not the problem. The problem is abdication. Because here's a question worth asking: who's really getting wealthy from your 401k? The market takes its cut, the fund managers take theirs, and you're left hoping the number is big enough when you finally need it. You cannot save your way to wealth. Saving preserves what you have, it doesn't multiply it. And freedom requires multiplication. Okay, so there's one more illusion worth shattering. Net worth is not freedom. You might have a paid off house, a retirement account, and look great on paper, but a paid off house doesn't buy you groceries. You cannot spend net worth. Net worth is an accounting term. Cash flow provides your lifestyle. Freedom isn't a number on a balance sheet. It's when your assets produce more income than your lifestyle requires. That's the line. And most people never cross it, not because they didn't earn enough, but because nobody showed them where the line was. Let me tell you about three people who found that line the hard way. The first one was me. I was hired by my first airline on September 3rd, 2001. Due to the events of 9/11, I was laid off on September 14th. 11 days. I had a career, an identity, and an income, and then I had none of them. That was the first time I understood what financial fragility really felt like. The second story is about a friend of mine. She lost her medical certificate without warning. No income, no timeline, no certainty. Most people in that situation just wait. She didn't. She created an income stream that covered her lifestyle and her medical expenses while she fought to get her certificate back. Here's the part that floored me. When her medical was finally reissued, she made the choice not to come back. Not because she couldn't, but because she didn't have to. That's financial freedom. Not a number on a spreadsheet, it's the ability to choose. Now, the third story may hit close to home for some of you. Smart, successful, nearing retirement. Then one quiet Tuesday afternoon, the math just ain't mathing. It's too late to save your way out, but right on time to learn a different way. Not long ago, a student came into one of my entry-level courses. His name was Richard. Turns out, Richard was a millionaire. As I spoke with him, it didn't take long for me to figure out that this was not the right course for Richard. So I offered him a refund. He said something very interesting to me. He said, I would prefer to continue because I don't know what I don't know. By the time he was done, he had discovered an entirely new category of income producing assets he'd never been exposed to. A millionaire in an entry level course, walking out with a new financial education. That's the shift. It's not about pride. It's not about starting over. It's about seeing what you didn't see before. And here's the truth that will either sting a little or set you free. Wherever you are financially, it's not necessarily your fault, but it is your responsibility. Mark Twain said it best. It ain't what you don't know that gets you into trouble. It's what you know for sure that just ain't so. Smart people don't struggle because they're not trying. They struggle because they've been certain about the wrong things. Certain that a good income was good enough. Certain that someone else had it handled. Certain that net worth was wealth. Now you know different. You've been given a seed. The question now is, what will you do with it? I'm Papa Charlie. Class dismissed.